On December 18, 1878, Joseph Duashvili, later known as Joseph Stalin, was born. Growing up for him was not easy. He didn't grow up rich, he grew up from the bottoms, with the poor. Stalin's dad was a cobbler, and his mother was a washerwoman. His dad didn't make much money, but when he did, he spent it on alcohol. When he came home, which wasn't often, he took his anger out on his son by beating him. Joseph got a scholarship to go to college, but after attending, he got expelled for missing out on exams. After getting kicked out of school, he then became an underground political agitator. He later joined the Marxist Social Democratic Party led by Vladimir Lenin. In 1912, Joseph Duashvili changed his name to Joseph Stalin, which means man of steel. Stalin was involved in many criminal activities. He robbed banks to help fund the Bolshevik Party. Which led him to being arrested many times. In 1917, the Bolshevik Party seized power in Russia, which caused the Soviet Union to be formed. Stalin looked up to Lenin and continued to progress his way up the party ladder. After Vladimir Lenin died in 1924, Stalin outmaneuvered his rival Leon Trotsky. He won power of the party and became dictator of the Soviet Union. In 1928, Stalin introduced his five-year plan. It should rapidly industrialize and develop Soviet Union's economy. Stalin set unrealistic goals for production. The first year was largely focused on building up the rural areas. One of the ways was collective farming to feed the people in the cities. This caused many farmers to revolt and protest, which resulted in them being killed by the secret police. Russia industrialized massively. In the first year, coal production went up by 200% and iron by 335%. Stalin's second year was mainly focused on helping the average worker. Like the first year, it also focused on industrialization. The military was also its main focus due to ongoing war threats. There was a huge spike in the railroad and infrastructure. There were also huge improvements in communications and transportation. The five-year plan ended in 1932, which followed the death of Stalin and the result of a stroke on March 5, 1953.